Hi everyone, Charlie here, and today I'm talking about a very important topic, and that is the topic of how to increase your energy. Everything in this universe is energy. Your energy, your cells are energy, everything's made up of energy. Energy is the currency of life. It's the most valuable currency we have. Energy is life. So by increasing your energy, you're increasing your life, you're increasing your creative power, what you can do day to day, how you feel day to day. So how to increase your energy is so vitally important. So if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling run down, imagine, just take yourself to a place where you actually feel more energized. What could you accomplish? How would you feel differently? How would you relate differently? How would it feel going out into social situations if you actually had more energy and felt more vitality within yourself? So today I'm actually going to talk about how to naturally rejuvenate your system and increase the energy you feel from within. Not the energy that you feel coming externally, like stimulants, for example coffee, and like also stimulants which pretty much everyone uses from now to now, but it's pressure and stress. These are external stimuluses that really give you energy, but they deplete you over a long period of time, which actually, you run out of energy and your system depletes and depletes over time if you're accessing your energy from an inauthentic place like stress and like pressure. So if we can actually access that regeneration part and access more energy from within, so then you can actually express it to the world, and rather than coming from fear, but actually coming from love, this is fundamental. And this will make a huge, huge difference in your life. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. If we're talking about energy and the adrenal glands go hand in hand. What are the adrenal glands? The adrenal glands sit on top of your kidneys. So they're in the lower back, the lower midsection of your back. You've got your kidneys, and then these little glands, adrenal glands. They're about walnut sized, and they sit on top of your kidneys. They have a direct relationship with fight or flight, so with stress, and with your nervous system. So over time in the modern life and in the modern world, everyone's feeling stressed. So the adrenal glands get worked and worked and worked and worked because they're constantly in fight or flight. They start to deplete. Therefore, your energy, in turn, starts to deplete. So if we can regenerate these adrenal glands, and there's very specific ways of doing it, and we can do it very naturally, very wholesomely, and really very quickly, then you'll feel your body start to regenerate, and you'll feel all these incredible things start to happen from within. So the adrenal glands produce neurotransmitters, and neurotransmitters are very, very crucial for the brain and for the nervous system. They produce neurotransmitters such as epinephrine, norepinephrine, dopamine, and these directly affect the nervous system. So the nervous system, there's two systems. You've got the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. Either one or the other's on at each time. Unfortunately, most people are in the sympathetic nervous system most of the time, which is fight or flight, which burns the adrenal glands. But if we can move from the sympathetic nervous system, from the stress and fight or flight, to the parasympathetic nervous system, this is a huge shift. And the parasympathetic nervous system, once you're in that system, you rest a lot deeper, you regenerate your body, the cells in your body regenerate a lot faster, you digest a lot better, and you reproduce a lot better. So all the fundamental parts of life. Whereas the sympathetic nervous system is fight or flight. So we want to move from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic. A way that we can see that you're sitting there right now and you're thinking, okay, I don't have much energy, but I'm not sure if my adrenal glands are down or not. It could be something else. It may be just because I didn't have much sleep, etc., etc. there's a very simple technique and tool to access the wisdom to find out whether your adrenal glands are actually functioning optimally. Simple test, blood pressure. So blood pressure, the doctors and the Western medical community say 120/80 is perfect, okay? Through my study and through my knowledge and wisdom, I find actually, I've come to know that 120/60 or 120/70 is more preferable, but 120/80, totally fine. The systolic number 120 is actually directly showing us the function of your adrenal glands. So if you have a systolic number under 118, it's telling me, and it will now be telling you with this information and this knowledge, that your adrenal glands are actually under functioning. You can get this test done for free, at probably a chemist or your local GP or doctor. Just get them, you don't have to tell them why you're doing it, just, you get a free test. If your systolic number, which should be 120, is 118 or lower, it's showing a weakness in your adrenal glands. Unfortunately, most doctors, aren't aware of this, and they say, if you've got a low, they simply look at, okay, if you've got high blood pressure, this is bad. If you've got low blood pressure, it's good. This is not the whole truth at all. I used to have, when I was quite unhealthy and sick, I used to have a blood pressure of around 110, and I was always tired. But the doctors, they'd be like, 110, like, fantastic, this is awesome, you've got low blood pressure, you've got very low risk of all these diseases. But there I was, feeling very unhealthy, very sick, and very tired a lot of the time. And I was like, okay. And a lot of doctors actually say, like, oh, you'll be a great marathon runner, and this is fantastic. But common sense, let's think about the blood pressure. The blood pressure is simply the pressure of the blood. You want the blood pressure to be quite firm. Obviously, we don't want it too high. If it starts pushing up to 125, 130, we simply do a few natural things to bring it back to 120. But if it's lower, and the blood pressure's weak, this is your energy. The blood is your energy. The blood transports your oxygen and your nutrition that you've eaten, or the body's created, all these neurotransmitters and everything, into the cells. So you actually need that pressure to push it into the cells. If you don't have that pressure, the oxygen, the nutrition can simply glide on by the cells, and the cells don't feel vibrant at all, don't feel energized. This is crucial for energy. This is actually why you feel energized. If your cells are vibrating at a high level, if they're being fed with the right nutrition, an abundant amount of clean oxygen. But if you've got weak blood pressure and low blood pressure, your cells aren't being fed. So anything under 118 is giving an indication, is a symptom that your blood pressure, that your adrenal glands are actually weaker. So we want to do some natural things to improve and regenerate the function of the adrenal glands. Simple as that. Also, the adrenal glands produce hormones and steroids. And a lot of these hormones and steroids are absolutely phenomenal for the body, and they're very anti-inflammatory. So they alkalize the body. And as you probably know if you've been listening to my videos, the pH of the blood is 7.35 to 7.45. It's a very small, range. And it has to be kept in that range. So if you're constantly pushing your body to the acidic side, and then on top of that your adrenal glands aren't functioning properly, so they're not producing these anti-inflammatory and alkalizing hormones and steroids, then you're not going to be able to balance and keep the blood and the body in that alkaline state, so the body has to really work hard. And it does many different types of things, like pull calcium from the bones because that's alkaline, creates a lot of cholesterol, it holds onto water, holds onto fat. So many different things that the body does to just maintain. It's stress, and it has to maintain the blood between this pH. Because everything is pushing it the other way. And then your adrenal glands aren't assisting your body at all, and they should be there to really be assisting this whole process. So by regenerating these adrenal glands, you also get the amazing benefit of having these anti-inflammatory hormones and steroids being flooded into your body and into your system, which then the body can relax. Then the parasympathetic system can relax, the nervous system. And then you start to rest more, you start to digest better, you start to regenerate better, you start to reproduce more, if you're thinking about having a baby or if you've already gone through that. But just having healthy reproductive function is, beautiful thing to have. So the adrenal glands are so vital for having more energy, going back to having more energy. It all links up, it's like a chain. And I hope if you've followed this through, there's been quite a lot of information here. If you need to go back and re-listen to it. But there's really a link and a chain, it's common sense, and you can see, okay, if I start to regenerate my adrenal glands, I can really see, and if I can track it, I can track my blood pressure. There's other factors, but the adrenal glands is a huge factor for that first number, the systolic number, that is the adrenal glands. So you can actually track your progress. If you've got a really, really low blood pressure, under 100 or under 105, most likely you're going to be feeling very, very tired, and the number one priority is to increase the blood pressure and regenerate the adrenal gland function. And there's many different ways of doing this. This is what I work with people one-on-one, and there was a client a couple of months ago. I was working with her for a few months, and her blood pressure, she was radically low, and she wasn't getting much sleep at all. And it was, the first number, the systolic number, was I think around 75 or 80, which is like very, very low, like severely low. And she was feeling very tired, getting hardly any rest, digestion off. But that's actually grown to, I think her last reading was 97 or 100. So it's actually grown hugely, and she's feeling so much more vitality and life. And it's these simple things that we can implement. So I work one-on-one with people, but if you're not looking to work one-on-one and actually, if you're not at a stage where you're like, yes, this means the world to me, I'm really committed and I want to make this change within a few months, and I'm going to, invest in myself and do this, that's totally fine. Everyone's, where they're at. And so what I've actually done is produced a free ebook that outlines a couple of the really important things. I didn't want to just say it here because there's a lot of detail, and I really want you to follow the steps and actually see results. So the ebook is definitely better than nothing, and then obviously coaching is a whole nother level on top of that. But if you really want to just access this ebook, How to Regenerate the Adrenal Glands, which will in turn, you'll feel an abundance amount of energy. You'll go from where you are now, even if you've got a lot of energy, you'll transform that into a more wholesome, long-term, like self-sustaining energy. So there's a free ebook. All you have to do is email me, and with the title of this video, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reply, shoot it back, totally free. The ebook's yours, and if you've got any questions, you can just let me know. But my email address is charliecoaching@gmail.com. So email the title of this video in the subject, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to see it, and I'm going to shoot you back the free ebook showing you how to regenerate the adrenal glands and take your energy from where it is now to where you want it to be. Just like I have taken my energy from where it was to where it is now. Simply put, I was sleeping 12 hours a day, now I'm sleeping 7 hours a day. And I have a lot more energy now than I did then. So it's very clear that this works, and I've helped many people do it. And I really want you to have an abundance amount of energy so you can create whatever you want. So you can do your hobbies and passions and all these amazing things. So all the best on your health and well-being journey. Email me if you want the free ebook at charliecoaching@gmail.com. I'll put the link down below, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. And I hope your adrenal glands start to regenerate and you start to feel a whole lot better. Thank you.